We are going to give you a backstage look at how we create the big show and talk to Mr. Farr, the teacher of the video production classes here at Sterling.
Do you enjoy working here at the TV studio?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is what I went to college for, and I worked several years in the TV studio, and to come to a school and try to help the kids learn the craft, sure, it's a lot of fun.
What is one of the harder parts of making a show?
Well, the harder parts of making a show in a school is different than outside in the real world. In the real world, you have a client that you have to deal with usually. Here, we have to deal with the students. They have different ability levels, and they have different knowledge. Like some of them are better at some parts, like some of them are better at shooting, some of them may be better at editing, some of them are better at scripting. So you have to find what the students are good at and kind of put them into groups and figure out which way, whatever way we can get the best possible product out.
What all goes into producing a show?
Oh, producing a TV show starts with coming up with the ideas for the stories. I try to let the students come up with their own ideas, kind of brainstorm different things that are going on around the building, people we can interview, questions that need to be asked, or if there's certain things around the school that need to be reported on. So that's the first step, is coming up with the stories. Then putting the students into the groups so they can work in production teams, because there's a lot of responsibility with writing and scripting and storyboarding and editing, and then finally figuring out who's going to do the audio and who's going to do the video stuff, who's going to be responsible for the graphics. So we put them into groups, we let them work together on the different aspects of the show, and then making sure that they understand the editing processes and letting them work to the best of their abilities. And then we put all the stories together, usually as a class that I've been doing it, and then I'll edit the final show together, putting all the stories together with the studio segments that we use as transitions between the stories.
Okay, this is Mr. Farr again. The students wanted me to give you a little tour and tell you about some of the equipment in this control room. And what you're looking at right now is our audio board. It's a Mackie audio board. It's an 8-channel board. That's where we can control all the volumes and the tone qualities of the microphones that we use, our CD player, some of our VCRs, and basically that's where the sound engineer works. Okay, moving down the console a little bit now, you're looking at, you can see the 3 monitors that we use to see what our cameras in our studio are looking. We have 3-camera studio, and where the girls are working right now, that's our graphics generator, and they're working right now on the credits for the show. Underneath the monitors, the 3 silver boxes are called camera control units. They do exactly what they are called. They control the cameras out in the studio remotely from in here in the studio, or in the control room, excuse me. And then the board that's on the flat part of the console is called the switcher, and that's where we can control all the different video sources, including cameras, VCRs, computer graphics generators. That's where we control which pictures we put on the screen at what time. Okay. Now you're looking at the Channel 18 equipment that we have in our control room, and this controls all of the Channel 18 programming. From top to bottom, you'll see there's a couple of monitors, preview monitor, so we can check anything in here without making it go out to the community. We can just check it in the studio. The top monitor on the right is the Channel 18 signal going out to the community. The monitor down here is just a little message board that we have in schools, so the teachers can put stuff on that if they wish. Right now we just have the name of the school up there. VCR below to make recordings from the studio if we need to. 2 VCRs that we play our shows back in, just VCR 1 and VCR 2. We have a DVD player that we use to right now play back our music that we have on Channel 18.
Last year's winter sports season at Sterling was a record breaker. Because of the hard work of the girls and boys basketball teams, as well as the wrestling team, Sterling High School was the first high school to bring home 3 Group 2 championships in one season. Over the past couple of years, all winter sports teams...
Lane, do you like the class and making the shows in general?
Yeah, it's really cool. It helped me decide what I'm going to do in college because I think I'm going to major in this kind of stuff.
Seriously? Yeah.
I want to be like...
Yes, I do very much, and it's ending Friday. I'm going to cry, but...
Yeah, I enjoy it very much so because, you know, you get to expand your mind to a lot of things and technology and everything like that. So, yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a different type of course that you take here. It's not like the normal math and English type thing. There's not a lot of book work or anything. It's a lot of hands-on activities, but it's fun to do.
How long do you have to get a story together?
It matters. Sometimes you have like a week. It matters what the story's about. Like sometimes they're longer and sometimes they're shorter. Like somewhere between like a week and a month.
Each story together?
I did one on homecoming, and that took like 3 weeks. And then there's ones that can take like 2 days. It really depends on what you're doing.
Anywhere from 3 days to a month. It really depends on like what your topic is and how long it takes to get everybody together for it.
It depends on the story. Most of the time, like, it's about 2 weeks, I guess. If it's a bigger story, like I know John just did something on winter sports, that takes I think it took him about a month. But right before the winter break was our first, like, real deadline because we were doing some stuff on Christmas, and we had to get that done within, like, a week because we wanted it out by the holidays. So that was our first deadline thing.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, like I also said, you know, when I did the winter sports thing, it took us about a month, and we didn't think it was going to take us that long because we had time to do it before other people in the class were assigned things before us, so we had about a good month and a half to do it actually. But you know, that's where it comes all to play, you know, hard work and everything like that. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Would you encourage other students to sign up for the class?
Oh, yeah. I took it to fill space. And I didn't even know. I said, did I have to take video 1 before I took this? And they said no. And I took it, and I'm happy I did. I thought I was just going to sleep all the time. But I like it.
Feel the same?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, you know. You got like all these hard classes, teachers are bugging the crap out of you, and you can come to Video Tech and you can kick back and do something you enjoy.
If they're prepared to work, because people, half the class, including myself, just walked in here thinking it would be mad easy. You could just sleep the whole period, but you can't. It's fun work, but it is a lot of work. And
Working with a lot of machines or something like that, right?
yeah, it gets kind of frustrating every once in a while because you forget one little thing and you'll just have to start everything all over again. But more or less, yeah, it's fun. People should do it.
I would really only encourage them if this is like what they want to do. This is more of a class if this is like to make a career out of. This isn't something you just come in for a year or two and like not enjoy it. I mean,
You gotta be focused, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you gotta understand what you're doing.
How much work usually goes into each story?
Well, like I said, it really depends. Like, you got a big story that's like has like all these different parts to it. It's going to take you a long time, and it's really going to get annoying. But if you got a little one, it'll take you 5 minutes. And be like, okay, cool.
A lot, actually. Like, since like the first step, like just figuring out what show you're gonna do, then you gotta come up with bad ideas for it, and then you gotta hunt people down and tackle them and interview them for the show, and you gotta like edit everything together, which is really frustrating and just straight up boring.
So it's trouble.
Yes,
Trouble.
very much so.
All right.
How much work? There's a lot of work put in, a lot of hard work, effort. You got to make sure that, you know, you have deadlines, so you got to make sure what you get, the shots that you get are good enough to put on TV. You got to work hard with the other group members, which is tough sometimes because it gets frustrating. Everyone has to do their own part of the job, and but you know, I guess it's all worth it in the end when you see your stuff on TV. So.
Yeah, you know, since my days of Philly, you know, it's like, but yeah, it's a lot of hard work, you know. I think since this is the last week of us being here, the thing I missed the most about it was the hard work. You know, we had mad determination, you know, getting the work done. It took us weeks, months. I hope sometimes it felt like years. You know what I'm saying? But you know, as far as good guy, and you know, I just like being there, and I encourage everybody that's listening out there, you know, to join the class. You know, VT2 baby, VT2. Remember that.
You been seeing yourself on TV?
Yeah, I've been seeing myself, getting a little glimpse in here. I'll be checking myself out. I got some few remarks, from my boys' family, whatever, saying we did a good job. And, Allison with the good Channel 3 spokes,
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's about it.
All right, thanks a lot.